Time now is 8:15. We know social media is everywhere, and not a surprise for parents. Teenagers are some of the biggest consumers of social media. But a brand new study that's just out shows it is having a negative impact on teenage memories and then also their test scores. So licensed professional counselor Mike Baumgartner is joining us today to talk about the study and how we can better protect our teenagers. You're not just a counselor, you're a dad of teenagers, and you're married to a teacher, so you're a bit of an expert on this subject. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Mark, let's first get down to the brass tacks of the study itself. What does it say about our teenagers' memory test scores?
Well, the largest study to date in the country of adolescent brain development has been conducted. It's a longitudinal study, meaning it's going to follow these kids through years, but thousands of kids. And for 9 and 10-year-olds, the study was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, and it showed that scrolling on social media resulted in reduced scores for memory on vocabulary and reading tests. And so the concern here is that the brain is super vulnerable because it's developing in childhood and adolescence.
Right.
And if the brain's optimizing for functioning for short attention span, high reward, which occurs with social media scrolling, it may not optimize as well for higher functioning tasks. So with this brain development, what happens is as kids grow up, their brains become more efficient such that they can do problem solving and more complex things to function in the world. And so if we're spending too much time overdoing it on screens and with social media, we're not, that can take away from normal healthy brain development.
Sure, and it makes sense that you could do something quickly, but maybe not something that requires a longer memory span. Let's talk about social media and how it really kind of mimics or really spurs on like addictive, compulsions and patterns, and how that really is detrimental to the teenage brain.
Yeah, so everybody's probably got some experience with scrolling and losing track of time and that kind of thing. And so with kids in particular, again, it goes to the brain. The way the brain works and the neural pathways is what we attend to is what strengthens in the brain. So neurons that fire together wire together is the saying. And so I'm going to have more difficulty if I'm a teen spending tons of time on social media, being able to attend to other things that require more concentration.
Sure.
And critical thinking. So it might be harder to complete assignments. There could be variations in mood and irritability when I'm not constantly able to attend to my notifications and connecting.
Sure, it stands to reason that to concentrate on, say, Shelley or or some other longer work of literature would be much more difficult than spending 20 seconds on a post on social media.
Yeah, and then to the sort of the addiction thing is like, okay, when does overuse become compulsive and have negative consequences? So I'm not getting enough sleep, or I'm not making social connections or connecting with my family as well as I might. And so we know that there can be increased isolation, reduced activity that can affect health physically and mentally.
Got it.
Yep.
Mark, you and I are both parents of teenagers.
Yep.
Let's get very practical. What can we do in a very practical sense? Because our teenagers are going to be on social media. So what can we, in a very practical sense, do to protect our teens? Okay,
so digital limits. And so that can look like a lot of things, but first and foremost, no phones in the bedrooms.
Okay.
Like in my house, we put them in a central place near the kitchen to charge at night, but having defined hours for access, and then with younger kids really paying attention to content. That's important for everybody. So having a family plan in terms of when it's okay, when it's not okay, how much time is critical. And then the other thing is making sure, encouraging, even mandating activities, whether it's the homework or academic or social, sports, that kind of thing, reading, problem-solving games, family time and connection, all critical for healthy brain development.
Awesome, I love that. And I love what you were talking about, the family plan, because I think if you agree upon with your kids what the boundaries should be, then you get their buy-in. So good advice there. Mark, thank you so much for the discussion. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.